watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Happening now at 9, covering the entire DMV. A 10-year-old shot in the district. What we know about the child's condition, what happened, as young people are increasingly impacted by gun violence. And remembering the fallen, tonight's prayer event for the Virginia firefighter killed after that home explosion. A live report tonight. And changes to your commute, where speed limits are altering in Maryland, in Fairfax County, where road closures are incoming, and Metro's holiday schedule shift for President's Day. We're tracking it all.
And the weekend is wrapping up here, and it's been pretty chilly, actually, yesterday and today. Will that trend continue into President's Day and beyond? Stick around for my 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9 this Sunday evening. I'm Ben Dennis. Starting off in the Commonwealth, where our community remains in mourning tonight following Friday night's death of a Virginia firefighter while in the line of duty. 45-year-old Trevor Brown perished in that home explosion you more likely heard about. Happened in Sterling. DC News Now's Dave Laval joins us live from Sterling's Community of Christ Redeemer Church, which honored Brown earlier this evening during Mass. Dave, we can only imagine it was quite an emotional evening for many.
Well, good evening to you, Ben, and how right you are. Definitely an emotional evening at times here at Christ the Redeemer Roman Catholic Church. Trevor Brown did not attend church here, but several of his co-workers, in fact, this church opened its doors to anyone around the community who still needs help coping with the loss of this volunteer firefighter.
Naturally, it's a tough time for the company.
And especially Sterling Volunteer Fire Company Chief David Short. He worked with Trevor Brown, the 45-year-old firefighter who died in Friday night's house explosion.
I served with him on my crew for quite a while. His loss is a major one for our company and for the community.
Fellow firefighters joined others at Christ the Redeemer Roman Catholic Church for Sunday night Mass, which also paid tribute to Brown. Father Joel Jaffe opened the doors to everyone, regardless of their religion, and especially to first responders seeking comfort.
To be able to offer some consolation and also to let them know that the community is in support of them, and really appreciates the major sacrifices that they do and how they put themselves on the line all the time for us.
It's heartbreaking.
Marianne and Tom Bombardier are among the parishioners moved by the tribute.
The community comes together for stuff like this. It's sad that we have to come together for something like this.
But sometimes you need a catalyst. It's a shame that it had to be this.
And the whole point of our first responders is that they protect us.
Father Jaffe and the rest of his church wanted to help first responders still dealing with the tragic loss of a friend in the line of duty. And there is no word yet on when the funeral for Trevor Brown will take place. We're live in Sterling. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Tough loss indeed, Dave. Thank you. Developing right now, Montgomery County and Fire and EMS responding to a crash involving 4 cars in Calverton. We're told this happened at the intersection of Broad Birch Drive and Cherry Hill Road around 7 p.m. Officials reporting at least 2 people were sent to the hospital with injuries. Some lanes are blocked for an investigation at this hour. And staying in Montgomery County, fire officials say 7 people, they're without a home tonight after this house fire in Rockville. First responders got there around 2:15 this afternoon on Treasure Oak Court off the Wooten Parkway. Officials say they believe the fire broke out in the home's garage, also reporting significant damage to several cars nearby. In the district, police found a 10-year-old shot near the intersection of 13th and Congress and Southeast. Police responded to reports of gunshots in the area around 8:30 last night. That child taken to the hospital. They are expected to be okay. Police say they believe the child was caught in the middle of 2 people shooting at each other. Police releasing these photos tonight of a suspect connected to that shooting. Take a look at your screen. Also, check out the white car captured by nearby cameras. Anybody with information who may recognize these images, contact police. DC fire officials say that 1 person has died after a house fire in Northwest. This happened around 9 p.m. last night on Rock Creek Church Road. Fire officials say that the blaze started on the 2nd floor of a 3-story row home and quickly spread to the upper level. No other injuries reported. 7 others were displaced. 9:05 p.m. There are a lot of headlines in the DMV tonight. One of them is setting you up for success in your week ahead, and that means it's time for the forecast with Scott Sumner. A live look at the Kennedy Center and the Lincoln Memorial. It's currently 42 degrees, but Scott, I gotta say, cold is cold enough.
Yes, cold is cold, and it is a little chilly out there. It's still a bit of a breeze out there too, Ben. 42 degrees. We have clear skies here in the district and surrounding areas as we take a look at the Kennedy Center and right behind it, the Lincoln Memorial. And we have another flight coming on in towards Reagan National this hour. We'll see that 42 dip down into the 30s here, and that's beyond the midnight hour. Midnight around 34 degrees and down to the freezing mark in the district once we hit 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and even as low as potentially this forecast model showing about 29 degrees before rebounding and turning the corner and moving up to near 40 degrees by 9 o'clock in the morning. Our satellite view shows plenty of clouds sitting off to our south of district and down close to the Richmond area and even further south than that. Those clouds will continue to stay there. A few of those clouds will migrate further to the north, but other than that, it should be fairly quiet. And thereby, the morning drive tomorrow will also be fairly quiet from 5 to 6 to 7 a.m. I know it is President's Day for tomorrow, but some of you do go into work, and so there is your drive. At least weather-wise, there should not be any issues. Ben, back to you.
All right, Scott, thank you. A heads up for commuters in Maryland. The State Highway Administration is lowering the speed limit along a 2-mile stretch of road in Frederick. It's known as the Golden Mile there. It's between US 40 or on US 40 between US 15 and Old Camp Road. Speed limit is going down to 35 miles an hour from 45 miles an hour. Maryland's State Highway Administration says that there's hundreds of businesses along that corridor and about 45,000 to 120,000 vehicles travel there every single day. The new 35 mile per hour speed limit signs are currently being installed. In Fairfax County, a part of Stringfellow Road will be closed in both directions until tomorrow. According to Virginia's Department of Transportation, that stretch between Route 29 and Centerville Farms Road is shut down to install a water main. The closures will last until 5 p.m. tomorrow. And for Metro riders, some trains and buses, they'll be running on a different schedule tomorrow for President's Day. All Metro rail lines, except the Red Line, will run on a weekend schedule. Red Line trains will be single tracking between Van Ness and Friendship Heights, running every 18 minutes between Glenmont and Shady Grove. Metro buses will run on a Saturday schedule. DC News Now is, of course, honoring Black History Month. A program in Prince William County is helping young men of color realize their full potential. DC News Now, Haley Milon spoke with the organizer who is using his former computer science career to steer young kings into leaders.
I would like to go into engineering because I would like to do something with my hands.
I want to go into biochemistry or software engineering.
I want to go into data analytics or something in statistics.
My career goal is to get into cybersecurity as like a network engineer.
Big dreams and bright futures. For the Young Men in the Future Kings program, the sky's the limit.
So if they could see a successful career person, that maybe they want to be a successful career person.
When Eric King left his software engineering career, he knew he wanted to give young men of color the chance to build strong careers and great lives. The nonprofit gives boys in grades 6 through 12 the chance to get hands-on in fields such as science, technology, engineering, and math.
Our program services boys who are labeled special needs during the school day, as well as boys who are labeled as talented and gifted in the program. And when you see them working on a project together, you can't tell who is special needs and who is advanced.
Playing to students' strengths in a number of ways, bringing out the best in each of them. Programs include cybersecurity, game design, biomedical sciences, and engineering. Each one of them offering incredible opportunities to work in professional lab settings.
We do many different things inside the lab, like pipetting, running gels, electrophoresis, PCR, just many things that if I wasn't in Future Kings, I wouldn't have been able to, I seriously wouldn't have even heard of the terms.
Those experiences open up more doors. Joshua Tamaclo is an alum of the program, while his little brother George is still in high school. Joshua is now at the University of Pittsburgh, filled with gratitude for Future Kings.
That exposure has allowed me to get a research opportunity at Pittsburgh with UPMC, so I'm very grateful to the Future Kings program.
The program produces all kinds of students and professionals.
We have students who have gone to Yale in neurosciences, and we have students who go to Norfolk State and Virginia State and Hampton as HBCUs. But then we also have guys who went into the workforce, and we have guys who go directly into the military.
No matter what a Future King does career-wise, the goal is the same.
We want you to be ready and to be lifelong learners, and we want to use your time in Future Kings as a way to prepare you for life after high school.
In Prince William County, I'm Haley Mylon, DC News Now.